What's going on, everybody? It is Christian here, back on PlayStation Source with some pretty sweet news for all you looking to grab some new games in the near future, because the Days of Play sale is returning, of course, this year for E3 2019. June 7th through June 17th, you'll be able to pick up some of these great deals on PlayStation products, games, and services. So I figured I'd highlight just a few. There's a link to the full list in the description, but I thought I'd shout out some of my favorites here, give you some recommendations of what to pick up. So arguably the best deal here so far is the $20 savings on the PlayStation Plus 12-month membership, mainly because for the value you're getting there, that's $40 for a full year of PS Plus. You're getting 2 free games a month, so that kind of gives you a pretty solid selection of titles to play from. And if you do claim this, you'll be able to pick up Borderlands: The Handsome Collection and Sonic Mania this month. Both of those solid deals. I'm not huge into Borderlands, but you get 2 beefy games right there. And Sonic Mania is one of the best 2D platformers of the last couple of years. It's very good. For another year-long service, you will be able to save $30 on a PlayStation Now subscription. I know Kevin is a big proponent of that service. He played the original Red Dead on it last year to prep for Red Dead 2. So it's worth checking out. I might end up using that to get around to Batman Arkham Origins, because I've never played that one and I want to check it out. But of course, you'll be able to save on some of the PlayStation's best games if you're not into online services. Specifically, games from the PlayStation Hits line that are normally $20 each will be knocked down to $10. So you can get stuff like The Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, and Ratchet & Clank for $10. But the sale does not end there, because it will be spanning through most of the PlayStation network. You're going to have a lot of chances to get a lot of games, some of the best games of the last few years. One of my favorite games from last year, and one of Kevin's favorite games for sure last year, was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You'll be able to get Assassin's Creed Odyssey for $24 for the base game. But if you are not going to be satisfied by at least an 80-hour RPG, you're going to be able to get a handful of different versions of the game with different levels of DLC for about $32, $40, or if you already own the game, you can get the season pass for $30. If you do own PlayStation VR, I have to shout out Tetris Effect. It's going to be on sale for $23.99. That is one of my favorite games of last year. It was in my top 5. Also, Astrobot Rescue Mission. Not the cheapest it's been. It's $32 on the PSN starting tomorrow, but it is one of my favorite games of this generation. It's a fantastic title. Speaking of Batman, you will be able to get Batman Arkham Knight for $6, which is the cheapest I've seen that title. And Arkham Knight is a really solid, full-fledged Batman game. Now, maybe you want something newer. That's all good. Days Gone. If you missed out on Days Gone, or if you want to still catch up on Days Gone, it's going to be $40, so pretty decent sale considering it just came out in April, a couple months out, $20 off, not too bad. One of the year's best games so far, though, is undoubtedly Resident Evil 2 Remake, so if you want to hop in on Resident Evil 2, you can grab that for $36. Alongside its counterpart from January that came out within a week of it, Kingdom Hearts 3, $36. But if you're not ready to hop in on Kingdom Hearts 3, which you can probably appreciate for just the Disney Worlds, you can also get the Kingdom Hearts collection. You can get that for $78 instead of $100. That comes with, I think, about 7 or 8 games and a couple of movies to watch. That will catch you up fully for Kingdom Hearts 3 if you did want to catch up. 2 of my favorite games from last year, though, are undoubtedly Marvel's Spider-Man and God of War. Both of those you're going to be able to pick up for pretty cheap. Spider-Man is going to be $20, but if you want to cough up an extra $10, you can grab Spider-Man plus all of its DLC for $30. That saves you a little bit of money in the end, about $8 off of the DLC instead of buying it individually. And the DLC was super worth it because it's pretty much a second campaign. It's not as good as the main campaign. Altogether, you probably got an extra 7 hours of story missions in there, and it's pretty solid. And likewise, while it doesn't have DLC, you'll be able to grab God of War for $20. God of War, fantastic game. And of course, you can expect your regulars that normally go on sale all the time. You got millions of different ways to buy Grand Theft Auto 5. If you want the base game, it's $15. If you're a fan of sports games, NBA 2K19 is going to be $3. That's a pretty steep deal right there. MLB The Show is going to be around $40, but there's a ton of stuff in the sale. I could spend another like 40 minutes just running through some of the great games that are on this sale. I'm probably going to pick up a couple things. I've been meaning to grab Batman Arkham Knight digitally. I don't own it anymore physically, and I'm in a pretty big Batman mood right now, so I'm probably going to grab that. Maybe I'll grab something else. Maybe if I'm feeling feeling good, I might grab MLB The Show or RE2. But that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, the sale's running from the 7th through the 17th, and there's also some exclusive PlayStation hardware that's going to be going on during this Days of Play sale. There's that steel gray PS4 they revealed a couple weeks back at that last State of Play. But this is a nice way to whet your appetite for E3. Lots of cheap games, lots of great games to get for cheap if you've been waiting to pick something new up or have missed out on a few things over the last few years. But as we continue into E3, we will be continuing to have more coverage here on PlayStation Source. As you can see right here on this little graphic, you can see every single conference that we will be live reacting to here on the channel. There's also going to be a giveaway for each conference you see listed here, $20 on the PSN for every single conference here. There's details on how to enter that in the description or on our Discord and Twitter, which you can also find in the description. So if you get lucky on one of those, maybe you can drop some new PlayStation Network cash on this Days of Play sale and get yourself a few new PlayStation games to play over the summer. So until E3, greatness awaits.